Assalamu alaikum dear students. In the previous video we have seen the different types of quadrilaterals. The three types of quadrilaterals we have seen, that is rectangle, square and rhombus, based on the measurements of their sides and their angles. Right? In a rectangle we have seen that all the angles are of 90 degree and the opposite sides are congruent. Okay. Also, one more property of the rectangle is that their diagonals are congruent to each other. Right? Next is the square. Square we have seen in the previous video that it's all the sides and all the angles are equal. All the sides are equal length. All the sides are of equal length and all the angles are of 90 degree. Also, the diagonals of square bisect each other and they are perpendicular to each other. Okay. Next we have seen rhombus. Rhombus is a quadrilateral with all the sides equal. All the sides of rhombus are equal and their angles may or may not be same. The opposite angles are congruent but not all the angles are equal. Okay. Opposite angles of a rhombus are congruent. Okay. Also, the diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other and they are perpendicular to each other. Okay. In this video let's see some examples based on these three quadrilaterals, that is rectangle, square and rhombus. Okay. So the first example is, see on page number 45. The very first example is point P is the point of intersection of diagonals of rectangle ABCD. P क्या है? Point of intersection of the diagonals ABCD. If length of AB is given as 8 cm, length of AB is given as 8 cm, then length of DC पूछ रहा है हमें कि length of DC will be what? And the second part of the question is length of BP. If length of BP is 8.5, this is the point of intersection of the diagonals and this length of BP is given as 8.5, and we have to find the length of BD and BC. We have to find out the length of BD, this diagonal BD and this side BC. Okay, so let's solve. The first thing that we have to solve is length of AB is given as 8 cm and we have to find the length of DC. So we can observe that these AB and CD are the opposite sides of a rectangle, and we know that it is the property of a rectangle that opposite sides are congruent. So length of CD will be equal to length of AB. Okay. The length of CD will be equal to the length of AB. Length of CD will be equal to the length of AB, and the length of AB is 8 cm. So the answer of the first part is 8 cm. Clear? Because the opposite sides of a rectangle are congruent. So AB and CD were the opposite sides, so they have the equal length. Okay, AB and CD have the equal length. Also, AD and BC will have the equal length. Okay. Now the second part of question says that length of BP is given. Length of BP, this diagonal, this is the point of intersection and this part of diagonal is given as 8.5 cm and we have to find the length BD. Okay, length BD and this side BC. So first of all, we know that the diagonals of a rectangle are bisectors of each other, means they bisect each other, they cut each other into two equal parts. Right? It is a property of a rectangle that the diagonals of a rectangle cut each other into two equal parts, or we can say that the diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other. So here length of BP will be equal to length of PD and that will be equal to 8.5. Okay. Length of BP will be equal to length of PD and that is given as 8.5 cm. So we have find this length PD as 8.5 cm. Now we have to find the length BD. So here length of BD is the sum of BP and PD because they lie at the same line. Okay. So length of BD will be equal to length of BP plus length of PD, and length of BP is 8.5 and length of PD is also 8.5 and that will give the 17 cm. So length of BD is calculated as 17 centimeter. Now next we have to find out the length of BC. Length of BC. Okay, so in triangle, consider the triangle BCD. Consider the triangle BCD. In this triangle BCD, it is a right angled triangle, right? Because one angle is a right angle and hypotenuse is BD. BD is the hypotenuse. In this, we know this hypotenuse, length of the hypotenuse and length of CD. So we can easily find out the length of BC by applying the Pythagoras theorem here. Let's see. In triangle BCD, it is a right angled triangle because it makes an angle of 90 degree at the point C. So the side opposite to 90 degree. What is the side opposite to 90 degree? Yes, BD is the side opposite to 90 degree. So BD is the hypotenuse of this triangle BCD, and remaining two sides BC and CD are the two adjacent sides, and BD is called as the hypotenuse. So by applying the Pythagoras theorem in triangle BCD, it says that hypotenuse square equal to is sum of the square of two sides. Okay, so square of BC plus square of CD. BC square, length of BC square plus length of CD square, length of BC square plus length of CD square will give the length of hypotenuse whole square, length of hypotenuse BD whole square. So length of BC we have to find out, so we will take it and we will put it into one side, and the remaining terms we will shift into the another side. So we will shift CD to another side. So positive CD, after going to the another side of equal sign, it will become negative. So BC square will be equal to length of BD square minus length of CB square. Length of BD we have find here, length of BD as 17 centimeter. So putting this value 17 square minus length of CD. Length of CD we have find out, length of CD we have find out 8 centimeter. So 17 centimeter minus 8 centimeter, that is 17 square minus 8 square, it will give 289 minus 64, and after solving it gives 225. So length of BC, the square of BC we have find here, हमें square पता चला यहाँ पे, and we have to find out the length BC. So we will take the square root. Okay, square root of 225. Square root of 225 is 15 centimeter. So 15 centimeter is the length of side BC. Similarly, length of side AC, AD is also 15 centimeter because they are the opposite of each other. Okay. The second question says that we have to find out the length of diagonal of a square of side 6 centimeter. एक स्क्वायर है जिसकी साइड 6 सेंटीमीटर है, and we have to find out the length of its diagonal. So first of all we will draw the rough figure of the square. Okay, so we have drawn the rough figure of triangle AB of square ABCD of side 6 centimeter. Because 6 centimeter was given in the question, so we have drawn the rough figure of the square of side 6 centimeter, and we have to find out the length of the diagonal. Here the diagonal is AC. We have taken the name by our own choice. Okay, you can take any name, PQRS, WXYZ, or any name you can choose here. I have choose here ABCD. Okay, so the sides are given as 6 centimeter. So all sides of square are of equal length, so all the sides are of 6 centimeter, and we have to calculate the length of diagonal AC. So this question we can solve in the same way as the previous question, because here we know that all the angles of a square are of 90 degree, that is they are right angles. So here in triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degree, right? So the side opposite to angle B is the hypotenuse of the triangle ABC. So by applying the Pythagoras theorem in triangle ABC, we can find out the value of the diagonal AC. Okay, so try it by your own. It is similar to the previous question, the last part of the previous question. So solve it by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so it is the homework for you, and the answer of this is approximately 6√2 centimeter. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The diagonals of a rhombus BEST intersect at A. rhombus दिया हुआ है हमें जिसके diagonals intersect करते हैं at the point A. So first of all, let's draw the rhombus ABCD. So here we have drawn the figure of quadrilateral BEST. We have to find out measurement of angle BTS is given as 110 degree. This measurement BTS, this angle BTS is given as 110 degree, and we have to find out the angle TBS. Angle TBS. This angle we have to find out angle TBS. Okay. So in rhombus we know that the opposite angles are of equal length, that is the opposite angles are congruent. So the opposite angle of this BTS is BES. So the measurement of angle BES will also be 110 degree. Okay, measurement of angle BES is 110 degree. Now angle TBS and angle TSE, angle TBE and angle TSE are the opposite angles. So their measures will also be equal, right? Because it is a property of a rhombus that the opposite angles are of equal length. So let's suppose length TBE is of x degree. So the opposite angle of TBE is TSE, so that will also be equal to x degree, right? X degree. We know that in quadrilateral the sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. Sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. So in quadrilateral BEST the sum of all the angles will be equal to 360 degree. So it means that measurement of angle TBE plus measurement of angle EST plus measurement of angle STB plus measurement of angle TBE will be equal to 360 degree, because sum of all the angles in a quadrilateral is equal to 360 degree. So we have taken their sum as 360 degree. Now we have considered this TBE and TSE as x degree, and angle BTS was given as 110. So angle BES is the opposite angle of this BTS, so angle BTS is also 110 degree. So put these values in this expression. We will get angle TBE. This is the angle TBE, we have considered it as x degree, plus angle BES is 110 plus x plus 110 degree equal to 360 degree. Then x plus x will give 2x plus 220 equal to 360 degree. Then 2x equal to 360 minus this 220 will go in this side and it will become minus, negative. Okay, 360 minus 220 will give 140. So x will become 140 by 2, that is equal to 70 degree. So this is the value of x, that is the value of angle TBE. This is the value of angle TBE. This is the angle TBE, measurement of angle TBE. But we have to find the angle TBS. We have to find out the angle TBS, this inner angle. So we know that the property of a rhombus is that the diagonals of a rhombus bisect the opposite angles. Okay, so this diagonal, this is the diagonal BS, so it will bisect this angle and this angle into two equal parts. This diagonal BS will bisect the angle TBE into two equal parts. Okay, two equal parts. So angle TBS will be equal to the half of this whole angle TBE. Angle TBS will be equal to the half of angle TBE, that is half into 70, that is equal to 35 degrees. So angle TBS we have gotten as 35 degree. Okay, clear? The next part of the question is length of TE is given as 24 centimeter. Length of BS is given as 70 centimeter. Length of BS, this diagonal is given as 70. This diagonal TE is given as 24 centimeter, and we have to find out the length TS. This side we have to find out this side. Okay, so there is a property of a rhombus that the diagonals bisect each other and they are perpendicular to each other, right? Diagonals bisect each other and they are perpendicular to each other. So the length of this TE is given as 24 centimeter. So length of this TA, this side, length of this TA will be equal to half of this whole diagonal. Okay, because these two diagonals bisect each other. Okay, so the length of TA, length of TA will be equal to half of this whole diagonal TE, and the length of TE is given as 24. That will be equal to half into 24, and that will be equal to 12 centimeter. So length of this side TA is we have calculated 12 centimeter. In the same way, we can calculate the length AS. This length AS is a half of the whole diagonal BS, because the diagonals are the bisectors of each other. So length of AS is the half of diagonal BS, and diagonal BS is given as 70 centimeter in the question. So half into 70, that will give the 35 centimeter. So we have to find out the length TS. So consider the triangle TAS. TAS, in which we know the side TA is 12 centimeter we have calculated, and side AS is 35 centimeter we have calculated, and also the diagonals of a rhombus. This is a rhombus given in the question, and the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular to each other. They are perpendicular bisectors of each other, means they make the angle of 90 degree at each other. So there is here is the angle of 90 degree. Here is the angle of 90 degree. It means that the triangle TAS is a right angled triangle, and the side opposite to this right angle is the side TS. So TS is the hypotenuse of the triangle TAS. So by applying the Pythagoras theorem, we can find out the value of the TS, as it states that the hypotenuse square will be equal to length of one side square plus length of another side square. Okay, let's see. So the length of TS whole square will be equal to the length of TA square plus length of AS square. So length of TA we have calculated as 12 square plus 35, length of AS we have calculated as 35 square. Then that will give 144 plus 1225, and that will be give 1396. So this is the square of the length TS. Okay, and we have to calculate the length of TS. So by taking the square root, it will give 37 centimeter. So 37 centimeter is the length of the side TS. Okay, I hope you have understood today's video. Okay, in the next video we will inshallah see the practice set 8.2. Okay, Allah Hafiz.